Arlington has won the Super 8 Massachusetts State Championship.
From the Kozlowski Gymnasium here on the campus of Arlington High School, ACMi Sports proudly presents Arlington High School boys varsity basketball. Tonight, the Spy Ponders of Arlington High School tap off against the Tanners of Woburn High School. And this is the 2019-2020 season opener, and of course then the home season opener for the Spy Ponders, also the first game of the season for the Tanners. Hello everyone, I'm Don Phelan. I'm happy to be starting my 35th season here high above courtside, bringing you these Arlington High School boys varsity games. David Gydus is our camera person tonight, and Alex Van Thong is our producer. So we start a new season for Arlington High School basketball tonight, and it's also the beginning of a new era as well. Head coach John Bowler has moved over one seat into the athletic director's chair, and he is now serving that role here at Arlington High School. And the head coach of the Spy Ponders is Jack Woods. Of course, Jack Woods was Coach Bowler's assistant here for many seasons, I think maybe all of the seasons that John was the head coach. Coach Woods came over from Malden Catholic, where he served as the JV coach for a couple of years, and now Coach Woods, who served as both the JV coach and assistant varsity coach the last several years, has moved over to the big chair, if you will, and is now the head coach of the Spy Ponders. So coming into the season, the Spy Ponders do not have a lot of experience coming back. Really only Miles Hess and Philip Cherry, two of the tri-captains for the Spy Ponders, really have any significant minutes from last year's team. Last year's team had a bevy of seniors as well as a couple of underclassmen that have moved on to other schools. So right now, as you might expect, perhaps in the beginning game, a technical glitch, and they're trying to get the PA system ready for the introduction of tonight's starting lineups. First, we'll have the starting lineup for the visiting Tanners of Woburn High School. Head coach of the Tanners in his 14th season is Coach Tom Sullivan. First, we have the MIAA sportsmanship announcement requesting that the parents and those in attendance refrain from unsportsmanlike conduct. And now we have the Woburn starting lineup. First we have number 15, who's not in my starting lineup. Interesting. I believe that might be Kevin Barry. I hear him as number 15, but he's number 5. He's number 13, Brian Allen. Number 3, Dylan McLaughlin. Number 33, Tom Skeffington. And number 11, Joseph Gattuso. The captain of the Tanners is Kevin Barry. I think have him down as number 5, but he must be number 15. And now the starting lineup for the 2019-2020 Spy Ponders. A freshman at guard, number 30, Marcus Jean-Jacques. Junior, number 14, Henry Burns. Junior, number 24, Rowan Newton Paoletti. And now number 10, co-captain Miles Hess. And rounding out the starting lineup is senior co-captain number 20, Philip Cherry. Again, the head coach of the Spy Ponders in his first season is Jack Woods. He is assisted by Mike Palladino, Kevin Lentini, Tyler Sullivan, Joe Granato, and Mark Regan. And the head of basketball operations for the Spy Ponders is Tim Schuler. And now we will have the playing of our national anthem.
Please join us now in a moment of silence as we honor Coach Barrios and his
Just prior to the playing of the national anthem, Arlington High School held a moment of silence for former Lexington High School coach David Farias. I believe Coach Farias was at Lexington High School for 40 years. So the Spy Ponders and the Tanners holding a moment of silence in the memory of Coach Farias, who passed away this fall. And so now we get ready to begin the 2019-2020 season for the Spy Ponders. Home opener, and it's going to be an interesting season for Arlington. As we mentioned at the beginning, only 2 players really with any significant returning minutes for Arlington, and so it's a young team. Coach Woods is happy with the way things have gone so far in the preseason practices and looks for his team to be a scrappy defensive squad. And opening tip is controlled by Arlington. This is freshman Marcus Jean-Jacques. He'll be running the point for Arlington. There is another freshman on Arlington, Jaden Williams, who was out with injury. I think he has a wrist injury, and Arlington's looking for big things from their freshman backcourt duo, but half of that duo will be out probably until the first of the year. Now on the entry pass ball is knocked out of bounds by the Tanners. It will remain Arlington ball. As you remember from the last couple seasons, they play 4 8-minute quarters now, as opposed to the 2 16-minute halves. A nice cut down low. A little turnaround spin shot there by Burns is no good. Shot clock buzzer goes off. The play continues as Woburn comes up with the loose ball. Arlington looking to be in a man-to-man defense. On the shot clock for Woburn. A little up fake move is up no good by Barry. Barry gets his own rebound, fights for it, and the ball is knocked away. Woburn comes up with the loose change and going up and under, and fouled on the play is number 33, Tom Skeffington. A foul will go against Henry Burns, his first on the team. Thomas Skeffington at the line for 2 shots. First free throw is around and out. One of 2 for the junior Skeffington. First point of the season for the Tanners. Jean-Jacques with the lefty drive. Shot is no good. Woburn with the rebound. Good little strip there by Philip Cherry. We've been able to come up with, oh, it looked like a little traveling. Now the ball is kicked by Arlington. That's unfortunate. Arlington played a lot of defense. I'm not sure what was left on the shot clock, but Woburn will get a full new 30-second shot clock with the kicking violation. Now, of course, some of the private schools play the college rule where if the shot clock is at a certain level, they don't reset to the full 30, but only to 15. Now a nice up and under move by Skeffington is no good. Here comes Jean-Jacques to run the offense for the Spy Ponders. Freshman Marcus Jean-Jacques, number 30. And this is Philip Cherry, one of the tri-captains. And now they're going to get Burns on an illegal screen. And unfortunately for Burns and for Arlington, that'll be his second foul. And Coach Woods is going to have to go to the bench, as Burns, the 6'3" center, played junior varsity last year, is replaced in the Arlington lineup by number 21, Adian Woog McGinty. McGinty, a junior, number 21. To the basket, and laying it up and in is number 13, Brian Allen. First basket of the season for the Tanners. Now inside, ball's knocked away by Woburn. Ahead of the pack are the Tanners, and laying it up and in is number 3, Dylan Mclaughlin. The Tanners out to a quick 5-0 lead. 5:40 to play, first quarter. Home opener, season opener for the Arlington High School Spy Ponders. Jean-Jacques fakes, goes into the paint, throws it up, no good. Rebound, fought for. Woog McGinty tried to get a hand on it, couldn't come up with it. We dump it inside, a little spin move, maybe carried it. Was Skeffington. Now from outside, the outside official had a better look at that apparently, and he's going to get the foul. It's going to go against Adian Woog McGinty, his first and the third on the team. Thomas Skeffington at the line for 2 shots. First free throw is good for Arlington, number 1, Dennis Ho. A 6'2" junior forward. Played junior varsity for Arlington last year. Now, second free throw is missed. Arlington unable to come up with the defensive rebound, and Woburn will get another possession. Tanners lead at 6-0 for you soccer folk. Good defense by Arlington. 10 on the shot clock. To the basket, strong. No, it will not count, as they're going to call Dylan McLaughlin for an offensive foul. Not sure who that was that took the charge for the Spy Ponders, but a good defensive play by whoever that was, picking up the offensive foul against the Tanners. This is Miles Hess. Miles Hess played significant minutes for the Spy Ponders last year. Has a great three-point shooting ability. A pull-up jump shot there, three-pointer no good by Newton Palente. Now, good defense by Arlington forces a Tanner turnover. 4:31 remaining, first quarter. Woburn leads at 6-0. Spy Pond is looking for their first points of the season. Here comes Jean-Jacques to the basket. Lefty flip shot, no good. Good take by Jean-Jacques, just couldn't get it to fall. Now, traveling violation committed by Woburn. It'll be Arlington ball. 4:15 remaining first quarter. 6-0 Tanners. Woburn also in man-to-man defense at the outset. Ho takes a jump shot, no good. And it looked like a good rebound there by Woog McGinty. But they're going to get Woog McGinty for the foul, and if so, that will be his second. And Coach Woods is going to have to go to the bench again, bring back in Philip Cherry to replace Woog McGinty. So Woog McGinty and Henry Burns, both with 2 personal fouls halfway through quarter number 1. Shot's no good. Hess with the rebound, had it taken away from behind. Nice play there by Skeffington. Take that away from behind. Nobody had alerted Miles that there was someone behind him. Caused the turnover. 3.5 minutes to go. And a double dribble violation is committed by number 3, Dylan McLaughlin. It'll be Arlington ball. First substitution of the game for the Tanners. Number 2, Michael Chiodo, replaces number 13, Brian Allen. Oh, from way downtown, just a little bit short. Arlington still has yet to score. Here comes Skeffington to the hole, no. Rebound by Ho. Philip Cherry Jr. And they're gonna get a hand check or blocking foul against Woburn's number 2, Michael Chiodo, his second on the team. Now for Arlington, try captain number 0, J.J. Capillion, into the lineup. And he replaces Dennis Ho. 3:03 remaining first quarter, 6-0 Tanners. Philip Cherry Jr. off the window, and Arlington's off the schneid. Philip Cherry Jr. with the first basket of the game and of the season for the Spy Ponders. They trail it now 6-2 with 2:52 remaining first quarter. Pull-up jump shot there is no good by the Tanners. Ball was tipped out of bounds, last touched by Arlington. Rowan Newton Paletti got a hand on that, but couldn't haul it in. A little bad pass there by Arlington. Here comes Jean-Jacques, and he'll lay it in. First of what will be many baskets, hopefully, in the career for Marcus Jean-Jacques. And he cuts the Woburn lead to 2 points at 6-4 Tanners. 2:29 to go. Now a nice entry pass there, but Skeffington unable to make it. It was a beautiful pass by Chiodo. Pull-up jump shot by Newton Paletti. No good. Rebound is tracked down in the corner by the Tanners. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 3-point shot by Kevin Barry is good. And Arlington takes the timeout. .159 remaining in the opening quarter. Spy Ponders trail 9-4. Coach Woods takes his first time out of the season. Arlington has played pretty good defense so far tonight. And looking to get the offense going a little bit here now as the game goes along. Actually not helping Arlington's cause to this point is 2 of their big men with 2 first-half fouls. And it'll be interesting to see how Coach Woods plays things. In the past, Coach Bowler, pretty much 2 fouls. He sat out for the rest of the half, and if Arlington has to go the rest of the half without Burns and Woog McGinty, that's going to make things difficult. I don't know if this is the last season here in this building. I know Arlington High School is going to be rebuilt, or there will be I shouldn't say that, it won't be rebuilt. There will be a new Arlington High School built. And I assume that will mean a new gymnasium. And I don't know what the time frame is on that, but this could be the last season in this particular spot. Here's Marcus Jean-Jacques between the leg dribble. Newton Paletti takes the pull-up 3. He's got a nice shot, so he's going to start falling. He's going to be an integral part of the Arlington offense, I'm sure. A long 3-point shot there is no good. Philip Cherry with the rebound, and he's fouled on the play. Foul goes against number 44, Jake Parada. Parada just checked into the Tanner lineup. That'll be his first and the 3rd on the team. Miles Hess will handle the ball handling chores for this particular offensive set. Woburn staying in the man-to-man defense. Here's Newton Paletti for 3, just a little short. Final minute of the first quarter. Woburn leads it 9-4. Inside move there by Barry, no good. Hess had the rebound. Capillion comes away with it, only looking to run. Here comes Newton Paletti, and he lays it in. Rowan Newton Paletti with his first varsity points. Played junior varsity last year, good shooter, and only down by 3, but a 5-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Now a lefty shot in the lane by number 3 is no good for Woburn. Arlington can hold for a final shot should they want to, but instead Hess is going to launch a 3 in and out. Now Woburn with 14 seconds could hold for a final shot, and I think that's what they'll do. At least that's what Coach Sullivan wants them to do. 5 seconds. Barry gets it in the corner. Long 3 from the corner is up, around, and out. And that will be the end of the first quarter. The score at the end of the first quarter, Woburn 9, Arlington 6. We'll be back with second quarter action. And getting ready for second quarter action. Don Phelan here, season opening game for the Spy Ponders. They trail at the end of one, 9-6. Let's check the Arlington lineup for you right now. Number 0, tri-captain J.J. Capillion. Number 20 is Philip Cherry. Number 30, as the floater there is good, by number 13, Brian Allen. We have number 10, Miles Hess. Number 30, Marcus Jean-Jacques. And number 24, Rowan Newton-Paletti, the 5 for the Spy Ponders. Foul committed by Woburn, team foul number 4 for the Tanners, and Miles Hess will go to the line for 2. First free throw is nothing but net. Number 1, Dennis Ho, back into the Arlington lineup, and Coach Woods looking for athleticism from Ho, who played junior varsity last year. A lot of these Arlington players played junior varsity last year. And of course, the Arlington High School junior varsity program is very successful under Coach Woods over the year. And now that time, J.J. Capillion got the position, took the charge, and an offensive foul will be committed by number 33, Thomas Skeffington. I believe that is his first, 5th on the team. Thank you very much. Cherry on the baseline, kicks it out to Capillion. 10 on the shot clock, and now good anticipation play there by number 3 for Woburn. And he is fouled on the play. That's Dylan Mclaughlin. He's fouled by number 30, Marcus Jean-Jacques. For Jean-Jacques, his first, 5th on the team. Dylan McLaughlin at the line for 2 shots, and he hits the first one. So Dylan McLaughlin made a nice play there. He got in the passing lane, stole the pass, went coast to coast, and then drew the foul on Marcus Jean-Jacques. McLaughlin hits them both. Woburn will go to the bench. Number 11, Joseph Gattuso, was in the starting lineup for the Tanners. Checks back into the lineup. Also for the Tanners, number 0, Matt Wackrow, is in the lineup. And also now for Arlington, number 24, Rowan Newton-Paletti, back into the Arlington lineup. Here's Newton-Paletti. What a beautiful move with the left hand, and he lays it in. Strong move to the hole by Rowan Newton-Paletti. And Arlington cuts into the Woburn lead. It's now 12-9 Tanners with 6:41 remaining in the first half. This looks like an opportunity for Arlington still. Look like a great ball handling lineup in there right now for Woburn. They missed the shot and got able to come up with the offensive rebound out of the Tanners. Arlington had a couple opportunities now where they haven't come up with the defensive rebound, and Woburn has gotten second chances, resulting in a 3-point shot that is no good. Arlington looking to run. Here comes Philip Cherry to the basket, and they got to get him for an offensive foul. A good defensive play there by Woburn, and Philip Cherry will pick up his first foul. Team's 6th, I believe. We only have 5 up on the scoreboard, but I believe that is foul number 6 in the Ponders. I think they forgot one, because they had 4 at the beginning of the quarter, and then we had the foul committed by Philip Cherry, and then that one on the offensive foul. So I think that's team foul number 6, in which case Arlington will be in the penalty for the remainder of the half. Here's Skeffington, no good. Hess with a nice rebound. And right in there and snatched it away. Here comes Miles Hess into the paint. Kick pass to Jean-Jacques for 3. Short. Woburn comes up with the rebound in the corner. 5:40 remaining second quarter. Nice move there. In with the left hand. Number 3, Dylan McLaughlin lays it in. The junior with a pretty move. He has a half dozen now, leading the way for all scorers in the game with 6 points. Baseline drive by Jean-Jacques. Up and under with the left hand. No, couldn't get the roll. Moving back the other way, pull-up jump shot there is no good. Rebound fought for and tipped in nicely by number 13, Brian Allen. Allen now with a half dozen, and Arlington now sees their largest deficit of the season at 8 points. Jump shot there by Rowan Newton-Paletti, no good. Ho got a hand on that offensive rebound, kept it alive. Spy Ponders will get a second chance. Now Hess, as he's driving baseline, is blocked, and a foul will be called on Woburn. Will go against number 33, Skeffington. I believe that's his second. And now Woburn with 6 team fouls. So both teams will be in the bonus for the duration of the first half. Of course, that results in a new shot clock for the Ponders. Ho's taking a couple threes, just a little short on them so far. And that's just a nice big boy move there by Rowan Newton-Paletti. 6 for the junior. 7-point Arlington deficit, 17-11 coming up on the halfway point. What a great block by Ho. And then Ho unfortunately got tripped up as the pass was made to Ho, who was streaking down the court. Woburn player in retreat playing defense, and they just got their legs tangled up. I think that's a good non-call by the official, because even though the actions of the Woburn player caused the trip, it was a free ball, and both players hustling towards it, and they just got their legs tangled up. So unfortunate break for Arlington. I'm sure Coach Woods would have liked to have gotten that call, but I think a good non-call. Now at the halfway point of the second quarter, 4 minutes exactly remaining. Second quarter, Ho almost had a chance to get a deflection on that. Good defense by the Ponders, 10 on the shot clock for the Tanners. Nice little entry pass. Shot is blocked from behind by Jean-Jacques. Here comes Jean-Jacques. He's going to go to the hole. He's going to pull up. No. Rebound fought for. And Woburn comes up with it. See, Arlington doesn't want to commit fouls out this far away from the basket now that they're in the penalty. A little floater there. Kind of a unorthodox shot there by number 22, Adam Murphy. But he gets the shot to fall. And he has his first points of the season. And the Spy Ponders now down again by 8, 19-11, Woburn. Now he can go back court on a shot, so that's why Arlington's able to retrieve it without being a violation. Hess is going to take a long pull-up three, around and out. Just won't fall tonight a couple of times now for Arlington. Oh, now that was good defensive play there, but the loose change picked up, but missed. And now again, as Kevin Barry does a nice job sticking with it and gets the bucket for the Tanners. Arlington now down by 10, 21-11. But it was a good defensive play originally by Newton-Paletti, who made the Woburn player adjust his shot. But then Woburn did a good job keeping it alive and getting the easy bucket by Barry. 6 on the shot clock for Arlington. Tough shot there by Rowan Paletti, but he kind of had by Newton-Paletti, but he kind of had to because the shot clock was running down. And now Woburn with the ball on a 10-point lead, 2:15 remaining second quarter. Pull-up jump shot there by Woburn is no good. Philip Cherry with the rebound. Oh, good defense there by Woburn cutting off the baseline. Hess in the corner. 15 on the shot clock, 2 minutes remaining, just under 2 minutes now remaining, first half. Ho for three. Ooh, no. Rebound fought for. Jean-Jacques with the lay-in. And now timeout called by Arlington. Second timeout taken by Coach Woods. We saw that a lot. This is the style of Coach Bowler and Coach Woods. A lot of times taking a positive reinforcement timeout, getting a basket, calling timeout, pumping the guys up, and maybe setting something up differently defensively for the final minute 45 of the half. Arlington trailing by 8. This is the first of 3 games that the Spy Ponders will have. Of course, the season getting off to a late start this year. When Thanksgiving falls as late as it does, it pushes everything back. So tryouts really weren't until the first week of December. And here it is, opening night, December 13th. Arlington will host Melrose High School on Tuesday night. And then a week from tonight, next Friday, Arlington will go to Lexington High School for their first road game of the season. And then Arlington will not play again until the beginning of the new year, January 3rd, when Winchester will be here at the Kozlowski Gymnasium. So it will be Woburn ball, a minute 45 remaining, second quarter. Woburn leads it 21-13, and as expected, Arlington, well, maybe not. They're going to back off a little bit and pick up at half court, staying in the man-to-man defense. I think there are some players that Arlington could expose ball handling-wise with their pressure defense. That is a tough shot and made by Kevin Barry. Went into the lane, pulled up, took kind of like a one-handed push shot, but was able to knock it down and extend the Woburn lead back up to 10. 23-13 Tanners, minute 17 to go first half. Here's Arlington number 23, David Mcgilvery. Of course, David Mcgilvery's brother was Stephen Mcgilvery, who graduated last season for the Spy Ponders. David getting his first varsity action. Good save there by Woburn, but unable to keep it in bounds. It would be Arlington ball. David played junior varsity last year. They list him as 5'10" guard. And he's getting his first action of the season, first varsity action of his career. Exactly 1 minute remaining, first half. Ponders down by 10. Cherry sets the screen, and they're going to call him for that. You know, it wasn't that bad, but it was just enough that the officials deemed it worthy to call. He set the screen and then kind of lowered his shoulder a little bit, got a little bit crunched his position a little bit. Certainly wasn't legal picking position. And although it wasn't that bad, it's definitely a foul. And Phillip picks up foul number 2. It is team foul number 7, but it's a team control foul, so Woburn does not shoot in this situation. And now here's Barry inside again. He's kind of starting to make a little living in there in the paint. And of course, Arlington without a couple of their bigger guys, and Barry's able to kind of do his thing in there without the presence of some of Arlington's bigger guys. Here's Capillion, pull-up jump shot for J.J. Capillion. No good. Ho was kind of being held on the box out. It's one thing to box up, but you can't wrap your arms around the player. Now, when the ball seemed to be loose, Woburn coach calls for and gets the timeout. Questionable if Woburn had possession there, but the officials giving them the benefit of the doubt, saying that when the Coach Sullivan first indicated that he wanted the timeout, that Woburn had possession, and the timeout was granted. So we have 18.2 seconds remaining in the first half. Woburn with a 25-13 lead. And of course, a new shot clock is now off, and Woburn can hold for a final shot should they desire. Arlington has used 2 timeouts. Tanners, that was just their first. And let's see what happens when Coach Sullivan breaks his team out of the huddle for the Tanners. Gets the pressure up a little bit, more like a 3/4 full court press. 7 on the game clock. Ball's knocked away. Mcgilvery comes up in the front of Spy Ponders. Let's see if they can get a shot off. Mcgilvery, ball's loose, front ball. And let's see, they have a foul. And if it's a foul, depending on who it's on, a loose ball foul, that will result in free throws, as the half buzzer did go off. But Woburn is over the limit. And Arlington should get free throws out of this. Whether they're going to put time on the clock or not, I'm not sure. Coach Sullivan is furious because he felt like the buzzer had gone off before the foul was committed. Officials now talking about it, and they're probably going to put some time up on the clock, because I don't think you can have the half end with no time on a loose ball foul like that. It has to be a foul before the buzzer. And indeed, they put 1 second on the clock, and Mcgilvery at the line for a 1-on-1. Chance for Arlington to get some cheap points here if he can convert. First free throw is good. That's not going to make Coach Sullivan any happier, I'll tell you that much. Mcgilvery, second free throw is good. Nice job there by David Mcgilvery, who puts them both in. Now a long pass by Woburn. Ball is knocked loose. There's no way that should count. And that's the end of the first half. So Woburn went with the long pass and almost got a shot off. And that's the way the first half will end. So the score at the end of the first half, the Woburn High School Tanners 25 and the Arlington High School Spy Ponders 15. We'll be back with second half action. And we're getting ready for second half action in the 2019-2020 season opener for the Spy Ponders. Don Phelan here, beginning my 35th season as the voice of the Spy Ponders. And tonight's cameraman is David Gydus from the class of 2020. Thank you, David, for your work here behind the camera. And our producer is Alex Van Thong, and I just found out from Alex he is a 2011 graduate of Arlington High School. So we've got the class of 82, sorry, but it's true, 2011 and 2020 in the house, bringing you this season opener for the Spy Ponders. Little wardrobe adjustment from Miles Hess, and we're ready for second half action. Spy Ponders will go with the 5 that began the game for them. It's number 14, Henry Burns, who was saddled with 2 first quarter fouls and didn't play for the duration of the half. We have number 20, Philip Cherry, number 30, Marcus Jean-Jacques, number 24, Rowan Newton-Paletti, and rounding out the starting lineup for the Spy Ponders, number 10, Miles Hess. Hess and Cherry, 2 of Arlington's tri-captains. I believe we had a kicking violation there by Woburn, resulting in a new shot clock for the Spy Ponders and new possession now. Clearly a foul there. A good up fake by Newton-Paletti, and he'll go to the line for 2. Foul committed by Woburn's number 13, Brian Allen. I believe that's his first. For the Tanners of Woburn High School, number 15, Kevin Barry, number 13, Brian Allen, number 3, Dylan McLaughlin, number 33, Thomas Skeffington, and number 11, Joseph Gattuso. 1 of 2 for Newton-Paletti. Newton-Paletti now with 7 points, leading the way for the Spy Ponders. Three-point shot there is no good. Rebound fought for, and a good play there by Woburn. Now the up fake, and putting it in is Barry. Kevin Barry in double figures now. He has 11. And the first minute of the third quarter has gone by, and the Spy Ponders trail by 11 now. Man-to-man defense for the Tanners. Arlington running their offense. Miles Hess, he is a lefty, takes a strong toe. Looks like he got hit, no call. Coach Woods clearly wanted that call. 2 on the shot clock. Arlington's gonna take a long 3. That shot did satisfy the shot clock, but it didn't go in. Coach Woods wanted a call. Now Arlington kicks it. And Coach Woods didn't think it was kicked. I thought it clearly was. And they're gonna reset the shot clock. Arlington also staying with the man-to-man defense. Lay in there by Woburn, no good. Here comes Hess, up, floats it, no, fights for his own rebound, kept it in bounds, but unfortunately comes right to the Woburn Tanners, who are going to run up the floor for a fast break opportunity. Now they pull it back out. Now an offensive foul will be called against Joseph Gattuso. Give credit there to Henry Burns, getting the good position on the baseline, enforcing the offensive foul. 6:05 remaining, third quarter. Ponders trail by 11. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Woburn. It will remain Arlington ball. 21 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if Arlington can run a good inbounds play to get an easy shot off this opportunity. They get it to Burns. Burns got knocked to the floor. Now the ball gets knocked out of bounds. It's going to remain Arlington ball. Coach Sullivan looking for a traveling violation, which he may have a point there. Burns, with possession of the basketball, fell to the floor. They elected not to call traveling, and that's what Coach Sullivan wanted. Now Burns inside, powers it up and in. And now you can see how the absence of Henry Burns hurt Arlington in the first half. He has his first bucket of the season, and the Ponders trail by 9. Adams, no, Barry, but he'll go to the line for 2. And I think they're going to get Henry Burns on that foul. For Burns, if it is on him, it's his third. First on the team here in the second half. Kevin Barry at the line for 2. First free throw is good. Kevin Barry, the sole captain of the Tanners. And now Burns will go to the bench with those 3 fouls. He'll be replaced by number 21, Adian Woog McGinty. Second free throw grazes the front rim. Rowan Newton-Paletti with the rebound for the Pounders. Paletti with the spin move. Too much spin. Traveling called. Arlington changed it up a little bit defensively. A little zone here, but it results in an easy basket for Skeffington. Skeffington now with 4 points. Tanners lead it 30-18. Miles Hess on the drive, puts it up and under with the left hand, no. 4:50 remaining. Third quarter, Arlington down 12. A little no-look pass resulting in a corner 3 for Woburn's number 3, Dylan Mclaughlin, and he buries it from way downtown, and he now has 9. And Arlington now finds themselves down by their largest deficit of the game. They trail by 15 points, 33-18 Tanners, approaching the halfway point of this third quarter. And now as Rowan Newton-Paletti was trying to cut to the basket, he was held. And foul will be called against Woburn. Team foul number 3 for the Tanners. Arlington will inbound here directly in front of us. This with a new shot clock and 4:19 remaining third quarter. Here's Hess. Gonna take a pull-up jump shot from the foul line, no good. Ho went high for that rebound. Came down awkwardly, appears to be okay. Good defense here by Arlington. J.J. Capillion into the Arlington lineup with Dennis Ho. 10 on the shot clock for the Tanners. Drive there, ball stolen away by Ho. Tried to get it ahead of the pack to Jean-Jacques, but the Woburn defense had kind of retreated and made a good defensive play there and stole the pass. 3-point shot by number 22 for Woburn is no good. That was Adam Murphy on the 3-point attempt. Now on the drive before the shot, a pushing foul will be called against Woburn. Arlington ball on the baseline. Coach Woods asking the official about a prior call. That call was clearly made. Paletti, no. He's fouled on the play. So for Arlington, the good news is they've got Woburn in a little bit of foul trouble here in this third quarter. Team foul number 5 for the Tanners. Rowan Newton-Paletti at the line for 2. First free throw is good. Skeffington out of the Tanner lineup. Parada, number 44, Jake Parada, sophomore. Tall, skinny sophomore for the Tanners, and both free throws made by Newton Paletti. He now has 9 on the game. Arlington now picks it up a little bit. Pressure defense, three-quarter. Arlington trails by 13, and the pressure defense results in a turnover by the Tanners. A great call there by Coach Woods, changing the flow of the game and causing a Woburn turnover with 3:07 remaining in this third quarter, and Arlington down by 13. Hess for 3. No. Ho. Great athletic play on the rebound. He goes up. He puts it in. Dennis Ho with his first bucket of the game. And the Ponders get it down to 11 now. And a timeout called by Woburn. So Arlington has picked it up a notch here in the final couple of minutes. Cut into the Woburn lead. Woburn forced to call their second timeout with 2:44 remaining in the third quarter, and the Tanners up by 11. Talking to Coach Woods before the game. Again, with a very inexperienced team this year. Team philosophy is going to be defense first. And then, as the season goes on, try to establish more of a team attitude on the offensive end. And that's exactly, excuse me, that's exactly what we've seen so far from Arlington. They've held Woburn to just 33 points, but still looking for some offense, as they've managed 22 themselves so far tonight. Woburn ball on the baseline. On the inbound, they get it to Barry. Barry kicks it back out top. Now Strong to the basket, laying it up. Nose, great challenge there. They made the shot altered a little bit by Newton Paletti, but Woburn comes up with the loose ball. And now, hard foul there by Hess. I don't know if Miles maybe got the worst out of that one, as Barry went to the floor hard, as did Hess. Hess picks up the foul. I believe that's his second on the team. And Captain Kevin Barry will go to the line for 2 shots. Barry leading all scorers with a dozen so far tonight. They're looking to add to that point total right now. Around and out for Barry on the first free throw. Oh boy. Oh, that's hopefully Barry will make this free throw. He does not. Now they're going to call Arlington for a violation, but I just don't agree with that. I think the official was a little late getting the ball to the shooter. Excuse me, a little early getting the ball to the shooter. In a case like that, Arlington should really try to get the attention of the official, let them know they want to switch spots, but the violation was called, but doesn't result in a made point for Woburn, but they get the offensive rebound and a 3-point shot. No, another offensive rebound for the Tanners, and putting it back up and in is number 22, Adam Murphy. So tough sequence there for the Ponders, as they got the missed free throws, but then couldn't come up with the rebound to try to cut into the lead, and Woburn gets another basket, gets back up by 13. Arlington would have had a chance to cut that into single digits. 2:04 remaining, third quarter. Oh, maybe a little push from behind on the second follow-up there by Jean-Jacques. He missed the first floater, got his own rebound, put it back up. There was a little contact from behind. And we need the outside official to step in and make that call, but maybe he screened out it. 3-point shot for Woburn. No. Hess high for the rebound. Hess will handle the ball, handling chores for the Ponders. Coming up on 1.5 minutes remaining, third quarter. Hess lost control of the ball, moved the pivot feet, and is called for travel. Minute 20 remaining, third quarter. Woburn by 13. The shot there by Woburn as number 2, Michael Chiodo, thought he could put it all up in one motion, but did not. Now Woburn throws it away. 1:08 remaining, third quarter. Woburn by 13. Woburn picks up the defensive pressure a little bit here to a 3/4 court man-to-man defense. Jean-Jacques with the tricky dribble. It's by his man, and now on a pass-off, a foul will be called against Woburn, and for Woburn, that will be team foul number 6. So that's significant in that Arlington will be in the penalty for the remainder of the game. Under a minute remaining, third quarter. Arlington still down by 13. See if they can close out this quarter with a little bit of a run to cut into the lead. Here's Ho. Thought he was going to take that pull-up and said he was inside the Burns. Count the basket. Henry Burns will go to the line with a chance for a three-point play. Great entry pass there by Ho, and Burns put it up and in strong. And now we'll go for 3 and a chance to cut it to 10. And if you coach Woods, you kind of want it right around there. 10, maybe inside of 10, going into the fourth quarter. Around the rim and out. Ho fights for the rebound. And Woburn comes up and, ooh, maybe a traveling there, but no. Woburn now may have an easy basket. And a good foul there as Marcus Jean-Jacques went for the block, committed the foul, but if nothing else, he prevented the easy lay-in for Woburn. And I believe that's Dylan Mclaughlin will go to the line for 2 shots. I believe for Jean-Jacques, that is his second, team's third. 33.8 seconds remaining, third quarter. Mclaughlin, no, on the first free throw. Now Arlington will go to the bench. Number 23, David Mcgilvery, and number 24, Rowan Newton-Paletti, back into the Arlington lineup, replacing tri-captain J.J. Capillion and also Henry Burns. I'm sure Coach Woods is protecting Henry Burns from picking up what could be a 4th foul in the final 30 seconds of the quarter, so good substitution there for Arlington. Arlington down 12. There's about a 3-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. 3-point shot around and out for Newton-Paletti. And now Woburn can get a final shot up by 12. Boy, Arlington faithful did a nice job there of confusing the Woburn player. There were about 10 seconds remaining when the Woburn player shot it. And now Hess will go coast to coast. No, put back up and in by Ho, but it will not count. It was after the buzzer. The score at the end of the third quarter, Woburn 36, Arlington 24. We'll be back with the fourth quarter action. Okay, we're getting ready for fourth quarter action. On the alternating possession rule, it will be Woburn basketball in the final 8 minutes of the season opener and home opener for the Spy Ponders. They trail by 12. Arlington has a little bit of increased scoring during the course of the game. 6 points in the first quarter, 9 in the second, 9 in the third, for a total of 24. Arlington's worst quarter defensively was the second quarter when they allowed 16 second quarter points. Little inside half hook shot there by Skeffington results in an easy 2 for the junior Thomas Skeffington. Inside goes Mcgilvery. No, he's fouled on the play. He'll go to the line for 2. That will put Woburn over the limit. Arlington will shoot free throws for the remainder of the game. This is a shooting foul anyway, and David Mcgilvery will have 2. Mcgilvery, who hit 2 free throws at the end of the first half, he's now 3 for 3 from the line. Now Coach Woods calling for a 55 defense. I don't know what that is. That could be their full court man, as Arlington will have to push the envelope here to recoup a 12-point deficit. 1 of 2 for Mcgilvery. Now Mcgilvery comes up with the loose ball, and now Woburn gets it back. Skeffington to the basket, lays it up and in. Thomas Skeffington with 4 points here early in this fourth quarter. He now has 8 for the game. Ho with a beautiful head fake. Now he takes a pull-up jump shot, just a little bit short. And here come the Tanners the other way. Now Ho, hustle defense, gets back on the passing, steals the pass. He's got Marcus Jean-Jacques ahead of the pack, and Jean-Jacques lays it in. A half dozen for the freshman, and Arlington trails 40-27. Just about a minute or so played here in this fourth quarter. Skeffington fakes. Now Woburn has all their players here outside the top of the circle there momentarily, except for Skeffington. Now Skeffington steps back into the 3-point area, misses a long shot. Ho goes back to Jean-Jacques. Ho might have been better off just taking that one to the basket. There's a little extra unselfish play there by Dennis Ho. He might have been well advised to just go up and lay that one in. And I'm sure he will next time, but he's trying to find Jean-Jacques on the cut. It just didn't work out. 15 on the shot clock for the Tanners. They lead by 13. Coming up on the 6-minute mark remaining in the fourth quarter. And now again, the Arlington student body counting out the wrong amount of time left on the shot clock, which is resulting in 4 shots for the Tanners. Ho up fakes the 3, and then I thought he was going to make the 3. He didn't. Hess with the putback, no. Another putback, no. Fights for it, no. And Mcgilvery tried to tap it away, got it loose, but Woburn comes up with it. And I'm surprised that wasn't a foul there, but Arlington cut a break there. Could have been a foul there on Newton Paletti. Teams play on, 15 on the shot clock for the Tanners, still leading by 13, 40-27. Now a little putback by Skeffington, no. So, and on the rebounding action, Skeffington picks up a foul, and that's going to result in a 1-on-1 for Arlington. So now what the Arlington student section has accomplished is now making the Woburn bench count out the correct time for the players on the court so that they don't hurry a shot unnecessarily. It's kind of a smart move now by the Tanners to kind of abut what the Spy Ponder fans are doing. Dennis Ho will go to the line for a 1-on-1. Philip Cherry back into the Arlington lineup. Ho hits the front end of the 1-on-1. Henry Burns at the scorer's table waiting to check in for Arlington. Skeffington picked up that foul. He has at least 3, maybe 4, and I'm sure that Coach Sullivan did not want him to pick up that foul as Ho makes both free throws. I'm sure Coach Sullivan didn't want him picking up that foul, some 90, 80-something feet away from the basket, especially with his team being in the penalty. And the result was 2 free points for the Spy Ponders, and with no time running off the clock, they're able to cut 2 points off the Woburn lead. It now stands at 11. Oh, what a nice tip in there by number 22, Adam Murphy. Nobody got a body on Murphy. Now the ball's loose, and Murphy tapped that one in. Newton Paletti, no. Hess back with the right hand, no. fouled on the play. He'll go to the line for 2. Miles Hess will go to the line for 2 shots. Hess with just 1 point on the evening so far. We'll look to add to that point total right now, and he hits the first free throw. That was team foul number 10 for the Tanners. So with 4:53 to go in the contest, Arlington will be shooting 2 for the remainder. Hess knocks them both down. 11-point Woburn lead. Had been kind of sitting at 13 for a while. Arlington will go with a full court man-to-man press. Good defense by Arlington. Almost got to travel there. Barry hits just a dagger 3. Big basket there for Kevin Barry, the captain of the Tanners. And now the Spy Ponders find themselves down again by 14. Philip Cherry from the corner for 3. No. Fights for his own rebound. Can't come up with it. And let's see if he hits another one. Barry for 3 more. That one was short. If he hit that one, that might have been it. Because we are now halfway through the 4th quarter. Arlington with 4 minutes to make up 14 points. Newton Paletti to the strong move to the hole. No. Three-point shot from the corner is no good by Dylan Mclaughlin. Here comes Arlington the other way. Marcus Jean-Jacques swings it up top to Hess. He tried to slap pass it over to Newton Paletti. It didn't work. Ball goes out of bounds. And now Arlington will take a timeout. So timeout number 3 taken by Coach Woods with 3:37 remaining in the 4th quarter. His team down by 14. Coach Woods will have 2 timeouts remaining after this. Woburn coach Sullivan still has 3 timeouts remaining. Arlington with just 3 team fouls. Woburn, as I mentioned a few moments ago, with 10. Arlington now in the double bonus. So I look for Arlington to be super aggressive defensively for the final 3:37 as they have fouls to give even before Woburn goes into the bonus. Rebound on the missed free throw, and again, let's see if Woburn will probably be just happy to run this clock out. And I don't think Arlington will foul anymore with 5 seconds to go. And indeed, Kevin Barry will do just that and dribble out the clock. Let's run down tonight's scoring summary. For the Tanners of Woburn High School, Brian Allen had 8 points. Dylan Mclaughlin had 10 points. Adam Murphy with 7. Thomas Skeffington with 8. Joseph Gattuso with 2. And the ACMi player of the game for Woburn, anyway, would be Kevin Barry, the senior captain, with 18 points for the Tanners. Now, for the Spy Ponders, Henry Burns had 5 points. Philip Cherry with 2. Miles Hess with 3. Dennis Ho with 8. Marcus Jean-Jacques also with 8 in his debut as a freshman for the Spy Ponders. David Mcgilvery had 3 free throws and 3 points. And the high point man for Arlington and the ACMi player of the game for the Spy Ponders, Rowan Newton Paletti with 9 points. Aiden Wu McGinty, JJ Capillion did not score. As mentioned, next home game for the Spy Ponders will be Tuesday, December 17th against Melrose. Arlington will then play at Lexington on December 20th. We will not have coverage of the home game on the 17th. The next home game that we will cover will be on January 3rd when the Sachems of Winchester High School come into the Kozlowski Gymnasium. That will wrap things up here for tonight. The season opener for the Spy Ponders and the home opener for the Spy Ponders didn't come up the way we wanted to. Coach Woods, in his debut as the Arlington High School head coach, comes up a little bit short. The final score here from the Kozlowski Gymnasium: Woburn High School 53, Arlington High School 38. For our camera person, David Gydus, and our producer, Alex Van Thong, I'm Don Phelan, wishing you a happy holiday season, and we'll be back with you on January 3rd. Thanks for joining us.